welcome to another episode of the Not for Nothing podcast. I am Natasha, one of your co-hosts.
And I'm Sarah.
What's up?
Good to have you here today.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, but I'm a little bit pale.
I'm never not pale.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm at the point of winter where I'm like the point of no return, where it's like there's no more base tan left from last summer. And we're going into the territory where I need to start building my new tan for the year before I go into another intense and hot summer.
How do you build your tan?
You have to build it through like low and slow exposure.
To sun or to rays?
Well, in a past life. Have you ever gone tanning?
No. Have you seen what I look like?
You know, I would do it. Yeah, it does sound dangerous for a person of your complexion.
Like, look at this.
But yeah, I went to college on Long Island.
Enough said.
Yeah, I went tanning in a past life. It wasn't something I ever did before I moved to Long Island. But when I lived on Long Island, I pretty quickly learned that a pale winter wasn't going to happen. Like it's to the point where back then I was convinced that our school should open a tanning salon on campus. I thought that should be like a feature, like how they have, you know, like campuses that a lot of people live on. You could get a blowout at like the campus salon.
Campus salon?
Did you have that?
No.
Wow. As the words exited my mouth, I realized that was also probably a very Long Island thing
like
that they
salon?
offered. Like, yeah, there was a campus salon. But then again, you went to school in the city, so like there's things everywhere.
There were like yeah.
In the burbs, there's not much around. So, yeah.
Are you saying Long Island is the burbs?
Compared to Brooklyn, it is the burbs.
I think Long Island is in like a category of its own.
It is definitely a different world, I'll tell you that.
It's not like the suburbs of New York. It's like a city.
I wouldn't call it a city. I think
it's a culture.
If your biggest area of congregating is a strip mall, it's not a city. It's the suburbs. And that's why I categorize
interesting.
Long Island as the burbs.
Okay.
It's a lot. Yeah, Staten Island and Long Island would go in the same category in that way, that there's a lot of strip malls and other malls as well, regular malls of the regular kind.
And malls of the regular kind.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah.
So you would tan?
I would tan.
I've always wanted to. I think it would be so interesting to see what my like pale Polish Jewish skin would look like if I was tan, because I
know the answer.
I immediately go lobster, you know, like
and then you just somehow will fade into orange. Like it's inevitable to not be orange.
Wait, this is a lie. I have never tanned, but I did use self-tanning cream once, and it was a really formative moment of my life.
Just for reference, Mark did pull up some visual cues for us of white girls that tan, and it's mostly blackfishing. But there are some starkly orange people, one being Ariana Grande at her orangest. And I probably looked orange. I'm letting you know right now, I was the color orange.
The Anne Hathaway one is...
Where Anne Hathaway. Yeah, I was super orange. The worst part is when I came back to Brooklyn on like winter break, I like went to my mom's house and she's like, "So you've been tanning?" And I'm like, "No.
Mom, this is just what I look like."
Did you forget that I get this color in the winter? She knew I was lying, but it's kind of how she, you know, it's how I responded when she asked me if I was smoking cigarettes. I was like, "No." Gaslighting. That's what my response was to gaslight. Yeah, but I stopped tanning once I realized how orange I got, and also that like it's super dangerous, but and it was also extremely expensive when you're on a college budget. Yeah. And then like I noticed that there were tanning beds at Planet Fitness.
What?
Did you know that? They have hydro massage.
I think that's just a Long Island thing
tanning.
Again.
No, it's not. This is a thing. With the Black membership or whatever at Planet Fitness, tanning and the hydrotherapy comes with it. So I would straight up go on a guest pass to Planet Fitness on Long Island
Wow.
and go tan and do hydrotherapy and do some like very light cardio. But that was like straight up like being at the spa. You see? He pulled it up. Planet Fitness tanning beds.
That's incredible.
It's a feature for Black Card members only. Yep. And the Black Card, it's like $25. And like to give you the full scope of this, one single tanning session was like $30. And that's if you didn't buy their like lotions. But I need something, and I think maybe this is why I like the red light therapy mask so much.
Yeah.
Is because I didn't like tanning necessarily for the outcome. I liked it for the feeling that was happening as you went in.
That's why I think you would like hot yoga.
And that is where you're wrong. And that is where you are so wrong. Because I hate sweating. And the whole concept of tanning in a tanning bed means
no sweat.
No sweating. They blast a fan at you. They are bumping the loudest, most bass-heavy EDM music you've ever heard. So you have the music, the fan, and then the dopamine rush from actually getting vitamin D in the middle of the winter.
That sounds kind of fun.
It was really nice.
I might try it.
I don't think you should, but I'm just letting you know that you should try red light therapy instead, because it gives you that meditative feeling of like, I am encapsulated in something. To be clear, I have a red light therapy mask that is like reusable and rechargeable. And I just put it on my face and it lasts 15 minutes and it's light all up in your face. It almost feels like a sad lamp.
Yeah.
Which I think was the biggest part of the tanning bed that
was just the vitamin
boosted
D.
my mood, the vitamin D.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I replaced that feeling, but it doesn't replace the feeling of an actual tan on your skin. So I need a vacation.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I need a vacation too.
Where do you want to go next?
Just like my house.
No, like a pure vacation. Like you and I travel a lot for family, for work. Where do you want to go on your next pure vacation?
I don't know. I don't even think about that. What about you?
I really want to go to Iceland.
I've always wanted to go as well, but I also want to go somewhere like beachy and tropical where I can just like chill on the beach, smoke a fat doobie.
Yeah.
Have maybe like a few cigarettes.
I don't need beach as long as I have hot water. So like I'll take hot spring knowing it's around cold and snow. Because it's jacoo.
Jacoo.
If you have a jacoo vibe, I think a jacoo is what brings together a whole vacation. So I'll be in the middle of Cancun, sweating my ass off in Mexico, and I'm in the jacoo.
But I have
burning alive.
I have one at my house here, so that's why I'm like, I would just like to just have nothing to do and be able to enjoy my life in LA.
What a concept. A vacation that you just don't have to work.
I'm just like, I just want to like chill at my house.
I respect that. I respect that. But you know, as a person who has a jacoo in your building.
Yeah.
How are you not jacooing every day?
I'm like going pretty frequently.
I've never been in the jacoo with you, and I honestly feel like that's like a little bit offensive.
But I feel like when you're here, we're like busy doing stuff.
Yeah, we could be busy doing things in the jacoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go like once a week or something. It's also
that's not as often as I think it should be used.
Here are the things. First, it makes your skin very dry.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be careful of that. Second, if like I just blew out my hair or something, I don't like going because
your whole head doesn't have to be under the jacoo.
No, I'm one of those girlies where it's like everything gets wet because like I get all these like curlies here and stuff.
Would you wear a shower cap in the jacoo?
Absolutely not.
I would.
No.
I would. There's no level I wouldn't go to.
To jacoo?
I'll do anything to jacoo.
Jacoo or die.
Jacoo or die. If you guys know any good Airbnb listings that offer a jacoo, just send them my way. I really need a good like vacation, staycation jacoo situation without going to the Poconos. And the Poconos is everybody in New York's number one vacation destination.
It's either Poconos or like Hudson Valley.
Yeah. Same, honestly.
Yeah. And
oh
like,
my God.
I enjoy it. It's really nice.
I do too, but like, I want like, I need to be swept off my feet, I think. I'm in need of being swept off my feet.
You're in need of sweeping.
I'm in need of a deep sweep.
Yeah, I'm like too much of a control freak. I'm like, this was actually pretty funny last year. I faced like this moment where I was like, wow, I'm actually not that chill, which I don't know why I ever thought I was. But this guy texted me being like, I have this huge Airbnb, like I'll get you your plane ticket if you like want to just like come on this like trip tomorrow with me and my friends.
Oh my God, I can't tell you what that would do to me.
And I was like, no.
The queen of mystery.
I was like, this is like too stressful for me.
Yeah, no, I'm the type of person that would call all of my clients and be like, something came up. We have to move our meeting. And I will up and leave.
And it was funny because my boss was aware too of this scheme. And so he was like, you should totally go to this thing. No. Like, you know, it'd be really good for the business if you were there too. Like making it seem like it would align well to be able to go.
Yeah. And you despite all the pressure, you were like, I refuse.
I feel like
I refuse.
The refuse. I also just feel like that's my like rebellious, childish side where I'm like, I'm not doing anything that anybody wants or expects of me. Like,
yeah, you're like, too many boys are telling me to do this, so no.
Exactly.
Like that.
I was like,
oh my God.
I can't be doing what the boys want. Gotta keep them on their toes.
You know, I've noticed though that like as soon as a guy wants to do something nice for you,
yeah,
and like you're excited about it, they no longer want to do anything nice for you anymore. They're just like, I did that one thing, so I'm off the hook. I think when you apply the pressure like that, they want to step it up even further.
Wait, are you saying specifically for me? People?
No, men in general. Like,
wait,
you know
what?
how like the concept of like really rich men love to be told no because it's like a power game. Like they never get told no.
Yeah.
So like once you say no to them, they're like, oh my God, I have to have her. What is it going to take? And they try to do anything for you. So like once rich guys at least start to simp, you have to give them that treatment.
Yeah, but it's really funny because like you're seeing it as like mind games.
No, I know for you it's not a mind game. Like I know you're putting up a boundary. You're like, no, I can't.
I'm having a severe anxiety attack.
You're like
just
too
thinking,
last minute.
I'm like, where am I going to be able to go to the bathroom? I need to know like what the bed situation is going to be like. Are we sleeping in the same bed? Are we not sleeping in the same bed? Am I going to have my own bathroom? Is there going to be Wi-Fi? If I don't have a car, who has a car? What is the food
get Uber
situation?
over there?
Like, who has weed there? Who has other stuff? Like,
respect it.
I'm not that girl that's like, okay, cool, I'll see you at the airport.
I still act like a roadie. Like for some reason, I'm always like as if I'm like going on tour with a band. Like, yeah, I'm ready. Just give me a few minutes to pack my bag, and I like shove like
I used to be
4
like that.
pairs of leggings, 3 hoodies, and changes of underwear in my bag, and I'm like ready to go. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just figure it out when I get there.
No, now I'm like, ugh, what if it's weird?
Well, I think that this shows another line between us, and it's the fact that you are just not a wook. You are not a wook in any way. And like, I do have that part of me that's a little bit wook, and it's unshakable. It's unshakable. And I don't know if it's because I was a Girl Scout my whole life and I can like rough it.
I can rough it too.
You can rough it. You're a little grungy.
I just like choose not to. But
yeah,
I honestly,
you do choose not to. You protect your peace a little bit more than I do.
I honestly think it's like a newer thing, like since not drinking.
Ooh.
Like I definitely was like a little more reckless, and like drinking helps with like social anxiety and like social situations where you're like, ooh, what is like dinner gonna be like with all these people I don't know? Let me just get like wasted at dinner with everybody and it'll be fun. But now I'm like,
and you figure out the details later.
And now I'm just like so painfully aware of everything that I'm just like, I can't do it.
You're unnumbed.
Yeah, I'm like too, and also because I feel like I smoke weed and I'm just like, it's flipped the other way where I'm just like definitely overthinking a lot of things, but also have truly come to know what makes me comfortable and what I like to do. And, you know, sometimes you need to get out of your comfort zone, but sometimes you need to like chill in it.
I agree.
But no, it was a big mistake. I should have gone on that trip, but whatever.
Okay, well, you know what? You live and you learn. Maybe
Yeah.
next time you'll go on the next spontaneous trip that comes your way.
Probably not.
I hope that you do. I might have to, like, my problem, I would love to take Natasha on a spontaneous trip, but I'm not a planner. Like, I rely on people like Natasha in my life to do the planning for me. I don't know how to use a map. This is not, like, cute. Like, I understand.
Wait, where's your Girl Scout training?
This bimbo trope, it's not a trope.
Yeah.
Like, this is, like, who I am as a person. Like, it's not funny or cute, and I'm aware of that. I don't, like... I've unmedicated ADHD, self-medicated with weed.
Yeah, I was gonna say self-medicated.
Self-medicated with weed, but it's inexcusable. Like, there's not enough kombucha in the world to manage my gut microbiome enough to get my head in the right place. Like, I cannot use a map.
That's crazy.
I'm very bad with... I think I have an underdeveloped hippocampus, honestly. I don't know what I did, but, like, I literally... I'm so bad at using maps. I have the type of brain that uses, I don't remember the word for it. There's a word in neuropsych that's like, the objects that exist are your reference points.
Object permanence?
Well, yes, but like in the context of a map. Because I have horrible issues with object permanence when it comes to like losing things, but when it comes to understanding where I am in space, like
spatial visualization,
yes,
you're not good at.
I'm okay with it, but like I'll be like, okay, I know I have to make a right at the McDonald's, rather than me being like, I have to make a right on 72nd Street.
Yeah, but I think that's just like New York navigation systems.
No, it's actually like literally your brain can be wired a few different ways.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've definitely had a new like development of navigation skills since moving to LA and like having to drive, because I was definitely like you before. I was like, yeah, just when you get off the train, take 2 rights at the bodega and then you'll see the weird parking lot thing and then it's usually in front of there.
Right.
And now I'm like, oh, take the left on Bundy and take the 405 south.
It's, you know, and you'd think like living somewhere your whole life would make you better at it.
No.
I'm in good. Bay Ridge. I straight up don't even know which ways are the one-way streets. I'm like giving like directions, but I'm like, oh, I don't need to put it on my phone. And I'm like, yeah, just make a right at the next light. And then I'm like, oh, it's a one-way. I'm just like, I'm so bad. And then to add insult to injury, I don't take public transportation anymore. So half the time I'm in an Uber, AKA just looking at my phone while I'm traveling. So I'll never get better at this either.
You're like the ultimate passenger princess and
beyond. I'm just like, I don't want to be perceived. I'm just in this car.
That's crazy.
Like I'm catching a ride. I'm not participating in anything.
I need to know if they don't take the route that I know is the best route, I will be extremely angry. No, thank you.
Put this out for a bit.
Yeah, there's no faith in anybody else but me.
No, I'm pretty sure my Uber driver could like take me out of state and I wouldn't even notice.
That's terrifying.
Like I could be going the next neighborhood over and they could take me to Jersey and I wouldn't realize.
That's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm really bad. Growing up, like we discussed that like we didn't really have much access to like the television. Like so it's also funny, like everybody gets really mad at me because I've never seen like a lot of iconic movies. And like in my adulthood, I've like gone back and now I'm trying to watch them here and there when I have time, just so I can like make sense of the cultural references in music, on TV, honestly, to become a better Jeopardy player, which one of my passions.
Interesting.
I love Jeopardy. I love it. It's like,
didn't some guy just pass away though?
Yeah, it's really sad.
That's very sad.
It's very sad. Although,
is there a new host?
I haven't watched it even since then.
Oh.
I think there is. It's probably like Drew.
Who's that?
Like, what was that show? It was called Drew, wasn't it? He was like the host of like Drew Carey. Oh, Drew Carey's doing Price is Right. Drew Carey also did that other show with Wayne Brady. I don't know. He actually did a few shows with Wayne Brady. Yeah, we don't need to talk about improv though. Okay. Where were we? Okay, so I've started to watch movies.
Yes.
I'm banking some of them. I just watched all of the Star Wars. I now watched all of the Jurassic Parks just because I felt like I had to.
That's weird. Okay,
I'm
continue.
thinking of now going into Lord of the Rings.
No.
I don't want to, but like, didn't you just make a Lord of the Rings reference yesterday? And I like, or you understood one around me.
I understood one that was in a movie. I wouldn't personally make one.
But it's like, I just don't want those things to fly over my head anymore. Anyway, I didn't have much control over the remote. So I'm like now like, you know, calibrating my interests with a new perspective.
You're reclaiming your remote agency.
I am. But as a kid, when I did get the remote.
Yeah, what would you put on?
My sister and I were very firm in switching between ABC Family, Nickelodeon,
great,
and the Disney Channel.
Okay.
And of course, there was like, depending on the year, we went MTV, VH1, E, and Fuse.
Yeah.
I watched Fuse when I was really like...
And for context, for younger listeners,
yeah,
ABC Family is now the CW, right?
Is that? Wait, not CW.
No, I'm wrong apparently.
It's a different network. I can't remember the name. We're going to fact check this, but
it's all different now. But like ABC Family in its heyday of like when we were young in school, it was all these
Freeform.
Like, Freeform.
ABC Family is now Freeform.
Yeah. But then who is CW?
CW is its own thing.
It was
Pix 11. Was it Pix 11? I think
who was CW before it was CW?
Warner Brothers. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know about before that. When we were born,
and then what's
it was
the CW now? Still?
Yeah.
But yeah, they had all the good shows. Like I used to watch like One Tree Hill. Yeah.
Not me. So this was on CW or ABC Family?
ABC Family, no?
Well, yeah, Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
Is that
Grey's
CW?
Anatomy? Okay.
Grey's
ABC
Anatomy
Family
was ABC, which is owned by Disney. Did you know ABC and Disney?
Yeah.
Because like you go to...
But yeah, we were a big Disney Channel. My mom thought those were like acceptable shows.
Exactly.
She just thought they were really stupid.
I have a piping hot take.
Okay.
That's going to hurt some feelings.
All right.
Cartoon Network was for the more violent type of kids.
Yeah.
Ed, and Eddie, violent.
Yeah.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force, violent. Powerpuff Girls, slightly violent.
What's the one where it's like a thingy of imaginary friends?
Dexter's Lab, violent.
Which one? Yeah, Foster's
Home. Violent.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Nope, that was Nickelodeon, baby, and it was not violent.
I love that one.
I loved Fairly Odd Parents. I loved... What else? I was a Rugrats kid.
Oh my God, wait. I loved Eliza Thornberry.
I loved the Wild Thornberries. We just smoked some Wild Thornberries.
That was a really family approved show.
It was.
Oh, and what's the one where they're all like little surfer kids?
Oh my God. Love Reggie Rocket. Rocket Power.
Rocket Power. I love that shit.
Not a Cartoon Network kid. I don't think that my head was in that place.
No.
Like I wasn't like, there was also like a lot more sexual innuendos on Cartoon Network than there was elsewhere.
We were more a Disney Channel family, and then I loved just like the Nickelodeon universe.
Yeah, you know, Mark points something out that like I wanted to say, but I was a little bit afraid to say. I think that if you're an adult that watches cartoons, there's some Arrested Development happening. Mark says no.
Okay, but...
So that's not what he was thinking, but it's what I'm thinking.
To be clear, I'm not watching them today.
Oh, no. I know you're not. And that's why that's why you're my homie.
Like, I have very fond memories. When I had COVID version 1 and like it was like really bad and I was like in bed for like 20 days, I like watched a few episodes of Powerpuff Girls to fall asleep and was like, okay, this is cute. But I'm not rewatching my childhood.
Mark says Nickelodeon watchers
are emotionally stunted.
That's so fucked up.
I mean,
I don't think that's true. Are we? Are we emotionally stunted?
I don't want to speak for you, but I definitely, on a scale of 1 to stunted, I'm like probably a 7.
10 being the most stunted.
Yeah.
10 being
Stunted.
Wow.
Maybe a 6.
Wow. I do cry every time a man talks to me in a voice that's a little bit loud.
I cry when I see like an older person like eating
but
alone.
That's like cute sad. That's like less scared.
It just makes me cry every time I'll be in public and I'm like, this old person is driving a car alone.
You know what really made me sad the other day?
What?
I was at a diner and I saw on the display where the pastries are.
Yeah.
They have breakfast cereals lined up. You know, the little boxes?
Love those.
First of all, weird. Secondly, the little cereal boxes, there was Raisin Bran, there was Wheaties, there was Special K.
Yeah.
There was cornflakes.
Mm-hmm. Is there
What
Pops?
do those have in common?
No sugar.
Who are those cereal boxes for?
Old people.
How much do you think they charge for that little cereal box?
$2.
I was thinking 4.
Oh.
I have to fact check what they actually did charge. But it just made me so sad. Because older folks probably order the cereal for health and for budget. And they have their cereal and their coffee and they get
Little diner moment
by themselves.
I know.
Or with friends even, but just even on a budget.
That's my biggest fear. I hate people, but I don't want to die alone either. And so it's this like constant like
I don't want to dine alone.
Yeah.
I don't want to die or dine alone.
Yeah. I mean, we all die alone.
Yeah.
But
we got here alone too.
But we don't all have to dine alone.
No, we don't.
I wish we could dine and not speak.
You don't have to, and I think that becomes more acceptable as you get older.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know.
But let me tell you something. I am going to be the type of old person where if I don't have someone to go to the diner with, I am still going. I love sitting down at a diner. It's like one of life's simple pleasures. Going to the diner and having 4 to 6 cups of coffee.
I'm just imagining myself being at that age and being like, fuck it, I'm going to go to the diner alone. And then I'm going to go to the diner and I'm just going to start crying at the diner. I'm going to be in the booth like uncontrollable.
You know what? But that would be like the most manipulative thing you could do also, because there's somebody that's you now that's going to see that and will visit every week.
It was great.
Because of their emotional connection.
I could just see it happen for me. I'm just like, could I get a Diet Coke?
Oh my God! Pulling on the heartstrings. Wow.
I'm alone.
Oh, I feel bad for you already. Look at what you're doing.
Little do they know I'm just a bitch.
Just a manipulator.
You're like, I actually have 20 kids.
What is I just bought a new appliance for my house.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it an essential.
Are any appliances essential?
Yeah, yes. There are a lot of appliances that are essential.
Like what?
You know, some people say that rice cookers are essential. I don't think so, because I can cook rice on the stove. Yeah. That is one thing I can do. But I can see how if you're a busy person who is very routine oriented, how you could be throw the rice in, throw the water in, go to work, come home and have hot food ready for you.
Yeah. I feel like that's where I'm more maybe Belgian, where we just had a lot of bread in my house. Right. We always had fresh bread.
I'm not that way either.
But we never had rice with meals.
Right.
Big mashed
wow.
Yeah, I never grew up eating that much rice.
Interesting.
A lot of pasta, potatoes, and a lot of bread.
I come from a lot of pasta and a lot of rice. It's obviously the Italian side is eating pasta as if it's something that can be consumed every day.
As a vegetable, yeah.
Yeah. And like as a kid who didn't eat meat, like
Yeah.
from childhood, like it was mostly pasta that was keeping me alive and tortillas with bean on it. But yeah, like, and rice. My dad's side, Arab rice,
Yeah.
pita bread.
Yeah, like
but
Ashkenazi Jews, no rice.
no rice. That's
Yeah,
freaking
it's a lot
crazy.
of potatoes.
That's actually kind of cool. And also, like, I just love potatoes as well.
Yeah, same.
But so I would say an appliance that's necessary. If you're a coffee drinker, you should have a coffee maker of some kind that's like electronic. Although you could go old school mocha pot or drip coffee, but that's just not my style. But yeah, the appliance that I just recently bought though, Bed Bath & Beyond, is going out of business.
They're not fully going out of business.
They're reducing operations in a lot of places.
Yeah,
okay. And I bought a Ninja Creamy. I'm going to make my own ice cream. And I want to say it now before someone else does it. I am going to make my own Spumoni recipe. And it is going to be, I'm on the hunt to make the best Spumoni in Brooklyn.
That's incredible.
I just think L&B has like slacked off a little bit. Not in their Spumoni game. Like their Spumoni is good and amazing. But like, why all the green dye? That's what I'm trying to get away from.
Can I just be that person and ask what that is?
Spumoni is a 3-color ice cream. Heavy on the pistachio with swirls of chocolate and swirls of vanilla.
Wait, but so what's the difference between that and Neapolitan?
No strawberry. Neapolitan is chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
Okay.
This is chocolate, vanilla, pistachio.
Okay. Got it.
And I think we're moving past the lime green indicator that pistachio is in the mix.
Yeah. Because pistachio should actually be like slightly more honey colored.
I agree.
Because it's a nut.
And it also, like, actually what's kind of cool about pistachio is that it's like purple and green. It kind of looks like weed nugs.
Exactly.
Yeah, love. Okay, well, if you like the podcast, please give us a 5-star rating. You can follow us on Not For Nothing Pod across all platforms. You could follow me personally, Sarah, at How Can I Help You, the letter U, across platforms. Where can they find you, Natasha?
You can follow me at Natasha PRZ or Pussyweed with a bunch of dots in between each letters.
Have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Bye.